On yesterday, March 9th, General Muhoozi puzzles in Twitter retirement. Yesterday, General Muhoozi announced his retirement.
Oh, someone else used his Twitter.
It's his Twitter. He tweets for
because
himself.
I thought he really loved.
No.
He really loved the military and everything.
Man, sometimes you need to retire. It's good.
But he's still young to retire.
For him, he wants to retire. For him, he wants to.
No,
for you, if you woke up today and you said you want to retire from family TV and presentation,
I wouldn't retire when there are bigger people who have been into this business and they
no,
haven't retired.
You can retire.
They're older men who have.
Yes, but you can retire whenever you want. That's what freedom is. That is why we fought very hard in 1986.
But why would you retire when your energy is needed more at that time?
I want to retire when I get. Am I not allowed to do what I want?
No, but please, Mr. Muhoozi. We need you more than ever.
So, Nyago is General Muhoozi. For you, a civilian, it's General Muhoozi.
Okay, General Muhoozi.
Yeah.
I could even salute for you now, but we need you more than ever.
Now the major events and years during his career in the Daily Monitor and the top story. A little bit of his history. Now in 1997, he was 23 years in 1997. So you calculate, some of you are not yet born. But at 23, Muhoozi recruits Makerere University students into what became the Presidential Guard Brigade, that is the PGB. And in 1999, he joins the UPDF after enlisting as an LDU and graduates from Royal Military Academy. In 2001, Muammar Gaddafi promotes him from second lieutenant to major, skipping 2 ranks and sparking questions about the move. In 2012, he was promoted to brigadier and appointed commander of the SFC. 2017, he was designated as the special presidential advisor on special operations, and in 2020 returned to command the SFC. 2021, appointed chief of land forces last year, that is, and the 3rd highest office in UPDF, and retained the SPA SO ramps, and he really starts tweeting. And in 2022, yesterday, he tweets that he has retired from the army, an announcement that his employer, the UPDF, could not confirm.
But do they do it like that? That no. Whenever you want to retire, you go to Twitter, like Byron, if you want to retire, you go to Twitter and you say that I've retired?
Yes, I can announce my retirement on Twitter, but of course when I've sent my letter of retirement or whatever to my employer. But in the army, you don't just retire. Once an army person, you will die an army person. You'll never really retire from the army.
So why did he tweet?
Because he has retired from active service in the army. That is what he has retired from. The active service. So you won't see him in Project what? Shuja, in ADF. You won't see him actively fighting and whatnot. Yeah. He has gone to do other things. Many people, of course, have controversial views, but he has got to do other things. Let's let him.
He's still young. I still say that we still need him more than ever now, because now he's in his youthful days. Okay, anyway. And then here I have the top story here in the New Vision. Parish model 1 million shillings for each beneficiary. So each beneficiary is going to be getting 1 million Uganda shillings. And then President once again is paying peanuts. Full story on page 4 and 5. And here because tomorrow was the celebrations in Kololo.
Yesterday.
So yes, Mama, yesterday it was celebrations in Kololo, and the cabinet, and then the president said his cabinet is 36% of women, and they contributed and gave him a gift. So get yourself a copy and read on the full speech on page 8 and 9.
In International Women's Day, again on that same story, page 2 and 3 of the Daily Monitor addresses the need, by what the president hinted on, that you need to use the parish model and the Myoga to empower women. That is what Museveni is saying, and there is a pictorial here of some of the women that got Golden Jubilee medals. That included the chairman of the National Women's Council, that is Ms. Farida Chibowa, Dr. Eunice Kateshumbwa, a very good friend of mine. There are people here who were when the president was inspecting the brigade, the guard of honor, the vice president Jessica Lupo delivered her speech, and many others. It was a joyous celebration. A young girl is what fascinated me yesterday, Shilo Atuhire. Shilo. She played the keyboard yesterday during the Women's Day celebration, and it was quite touching. I almost cried. Anyway, read full story on page 2.
Did you buy a leaf? Why so prices are skyrocketing? And the Uganda Bureau of Statistics monthly report shows that the average price of laundry soap grew more than any other commodity listed. And get yourself a copy and see, because I know that some places a bar of soap costs 10,000, others 6,000, others 7,000. Get yourself a copy and see why are these prices skyrocketing. Yeah.
Now, on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Monitor, Muhoozi Twitter retirement raises eyebrows. Now, allow me to read for you what exactly he tweeted. He said, after 28 years of service in my glorious military, the greatest military in the world, I am happy to announce my retirement. Me and my soldiers have achieved so much. I have only love and respect for all those great men and women that achieve greatness for Uganda every day. That is what he tweeted yesterday, and the reason why this raises eyebrows is there are a lot of reasons, and that's why you need to grab a copy of the Daily Monitor on page 4 and 5 and find out why. First of all, it caught us off guard. For us, we were there celebrating women, then boom, the guy retired.
Would have waited until Women's Day.
So read full story on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Monitor.
Gender consultant Gawaya passes on. It's really a sad story. Tributes have been pouring in for gender consultant Dr. Rose Gawaya, who died on Monday, aged 53, only 3 months after graduating with a PhD. Full story on page 10. And artificial chicken insemination to be introduced at Expo. I really want to see that.
And the government appoints new Uganda Airlines board. The very much controversy-filled airline in Uganda has appointed a new board. Remember, the last one was fired and over claims of corruption and misuse of funds. But read full story on page 6 of the Daily Monitor. And Museveni asks the Chief Justice to prevail over judges issuing eviction orders.
Travel relief as Rwanda fully reopens borders, and travelers have to pay 100,000 Uganda shillings for COVID-19 test at Katuna border. We have been waiting for a time when business between the two countries will resume. We used to clear over 100 vehicles in a day before the border closed. Get yourself a copy and read more of the story. And here in court, school fees regulations ready. Court told. Page 13.
Now, the Deputy Speaker warns NGOs to keep off politics, and Anita Among told the NGOs to focus on their work to help people of Uganda. And in other news, Chambogo on the spot, over 3.4 billion court damages. Read full story on page 8 of the Daily Monitor.
Here, the 500 schools register for first vocational assessment. Learners will obtain level 1 certificates in senior 3. Yeah, full story on pages 17, 18, 19, and then Simengo Senior School gives card to retired chaplain. Wow, that's really amazing. Full story on page 19.
Now, in regional news, fuel stations in Jinja City suburbs curb robberies. And in other news, individuals threatened to disrupt roadworks in Rwajali Swamp. That is a swamp that connects Mukono and Luwero district. And claimants want compensation, yet UNRWA says the roadworks at the wetland have no provision for it. Read full story on page 28 of the Daily Monitor. And leaders demand humps on Mbale to Rural Highway. because of the many people that are being knocked and the number of people that have died in terms of accidents on that highway. 49 already. 49 people have died already in accidents on the Mbale-Tororo highway between January and October last year. So local leaders and residents of Mbale and Tororo demand for some humps in the road. Read full story on page 28.
Land dispute leaves several families, and majority of asylum seekers are children and women. Over 6,000 refugees crossed into Uganda in 1 month. That is in Bundibujo. Full story on page 33. And cow accused of hiding information. Two top leaders of Dokolo district have accused the chief administrative officer Issa Mboge of concealing public information, operating in isolation, and sidelining the district executive. Full story on page 32.
And as a country, as Uganda, we are struggling with finishing over 10 million doses. In fact, they are begging us to go and vaccinate.
The third time.
Not the third time. There are people who haven't yet gotten their vaccine. Rwanda, on the other hand, nears 70% COVID vaccination target. And the COVID-19 vaccine doses Rwanda has received since March 2021, according to the Health Ministry, are 15 million. And already they have already achieved 70% of their COVID vaccination target. So read full story on page 30 of the Daily Monitor and find out how Rwanda is achieving it. Yet for us, we seem to be in vibes.
For us, we are reluctant.
Read full story on page 30.
Avoid religious intolerance. The Archbishop of Archdiocese, Dr. Paul Semogere, has asked Ugandans to avoid discrimination based on religion. Full story on page 35 and see why he's saying this. And Uganda speaks out on proposal to abolish Milo. Like I said, the attacks are intended to take back the kingdom to the crisis days of 1966. Full story on page 35.
Yes. Now, in sports news, the Uganda Golf Cup club rewinded the clock with acting captain Dr. Alex Coutinho exclaiming the good times are back, like they have never been gone. On a day the monthly mag competition returned with a February edition. Now there are pictures here of some of the people who belong to the club enjoying. Yesterday they played some games in it. So read full story on page 37. And Minister Uhua outlines new NCS, that is the National Council of Sports priorities. And the new boss is Tashovia, Ambrose Tashovia, who is the chairman now. See him here taking an oath, and you should read the full story on page 38 of the Daily Monitor.
And because we were celebrating the Women's Day, and there is here a hockey player who said, I am a proud hockey player and mother. That is Mbabazi. Many times female athletes give up sports after giving birth. But for hockey player Doreen Mbabazi, who was born and raised in Mahooro in Kampala, it's a different case. Read full story on page 43. Yeah, Brian will be coming up with the sports news. Let's go in for a short break. We are going to be coming back with the talk of the town. Don't go anywhere.
This is how we play. Play with power.
This is how we do it.
How we put a team together. This is how we pass on greatness. Because with this team to inspire us, there's nothing we can't do. Play to inspire.
Do you know that you can now enjoy great enriching shows anywhere through the Family TV app? Here is how to download it. Open Play Store on your phone. Search for the Family TV app. Click install. After installing it, open it and enjoy enriching content anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Family TV, enriching lives.
Do you have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
Welcome to Coffee Production Tips, brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Uganda Coffee Development Authority is the government agency mandated to promote and oversee the coffee industry as a whole by developing research, facilitating coffee production and productivity, by training farmers on good agricultural practices, controlling the quality and improving the marketing of coffee for the benefit of stakeholders, planting coffee seedlings, mulching, training coffee seedlings, and stamping coffee. Farmers are encouraged to adopt good agricultural practices to get high yields, good prices, and better income from coffee. These tips are brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority.
Water gives life. Water is life. But not all water is created equal. Refresh yourself with the new quality Nirvana packaged drinking water and fuel you and your passion to go further in life. Visit a shop near you and grab a 250 ml at 400 shillings, 500 ml at 500 shillings, 1.5 liters at 1,500 shillings, or a 20-liter jumbo bottle at 18,000 shillings only. Nirvana is a product of Crown Beverage Limited, the makers of Pepsi products.
They took whatever they took from you, wherever it is. Catch fire, catch fire.
We always ask ourselves a lot of questions. Sometimes we are faced with difficulties in our lives. Some of us may face sickness.
Jesus, let your presence overshadow me, and Lord, let every infirmity be taken away from my life.
Chinayu chinyumira. Whether it is Katobo, Chikomando, Rolex Majasa to Nyanya Mbisi. Man, wherever I am, I enjoy Chinayu with your TV channels on my phone.
Enjoy a new world of entertainment with over 80 TV and radio channels, plus movies from wherever you are. Download the Yo TV Channels app from your app store and enjoy 30 days of free streaming with MTN.
Yo TV Channels, the power is in your hands.
The starting point of your soldiering, when they say attention and you hold your legs, you have made yourself a soldier.
And I said, now I know you want me to get saved, so I am going to get saved, but give me time. Can you imagine telling God, if you ask him for something, can you imagine him telling you, give me time?
I praise God that I was condemned, because if I wasn't condemned by man, then consequently I would have been condemned by God. But because of that human condemnation, that led me to my salvation.
Welcome back from 2 grueling years of lockdown. It has not been easy, but God has given us the strength to make it through. We have stood together as one family. And as a family, we have shown how strong and resilient we are. Now at Church of Uganda Family TV, we pledge to strengthen your family by giving you the best in family-friendly content that you and your family can enjoy together.
Our focus is to keep you inspired, educated, and entertained with quality programming that encourages the moral, social, and economic development of you and your family.
We also make sure that we keep you informed on current issues and information on topical issues. We bring you up to date with matters that God has planted close to your heart.
It's a new year, a new dawn, it's a new day. Let's stand together. So join us as we grow together as a family.
Talk of the town.
Good morning, this is Church of Uganda Family TV, and we're always so glad and happy every time that we engage with you. And this is the Talk of the Town, where we get to hear your opinion. You get to call us in studio or send us an SMS or send us any WhatsApp message, and we shall be reading to you. And today we're going to be talking about understanding feminism. Yeah, we've had a lot of women have WhatsApp groups, doing riots, saying a lot of stuff about feminism. But really today we want to understand what is feminism. And quite simply, feminism is about all genders having equal rights, a man and a woman having equal opportunities. It's about respecting diverse women's experience, identities, knowledge, and strength, and striving to empower all women.
I disagree with your definition.
Why do you disagree with my definition?
Because you're saying all genders to be equal. No, it's not all genders, it's female.
Okay, it's female, but what I was trying to say that if maybe a man gender or a male gender is getting those rights, so feminism means that if you guys are getting the same rights, then why wouldn't we? Like how they say, like all genders, because they are saying your gender is having that right, then why wouldn't we have that right?
Then it's as if repetition, because it's okay. My definition of feminism is this. Feminism is the belief in the full social, economic, and political equality for women. Equality. We are not, of course, equality here, we were talking about it yesterday. Equality here doesn't mean you're equal to each other, no. Equality means we are equal. We are all human beings. So we are equal. You understand? Socially, economically, there's social, economic, and political equality for women. For me, that's what I think the definition is. It doesn't in any way involve guys.
So that's why I was saying that because you're talking about political and social and what?
Economic.
And economic. So if the male gender is getting those rights, yeah. So we are looking at the feminism looks at all genders having all gender.
No.
Having all gender, because if you're having right, so we are looking at also having those rights.
No, but there are particular rights you have that we don't have, and we are not complaining. Did you know?
Which
over girl child education, or by they add you 1 point, or by all those rights are yours, and we don't complain. The core of feminism looks at you, first of all, like I mentioned yesterday, as vulnerable, right? So, and I think this is what my problem is. That okay, let me first clarify your statement. It looks at the women. You're not trying to be feminism. I don't know how to put it. but it looks at you as vulnerable. So you're not looking at having the same rights as guys. No, you're looking at having equal rights. They are not. It's not the same thing. The same rights. The same rights might not be equal rights. You understand what I mean?
No, I'm not understanding what you mean.
Like you have a right to what I was saying, girl child education. You get an extra point when you're applying for campus, right? That's your right. Do we have that right as guys? No, we don't have it. Do we?
Because we are vulnerable and we experience a lot
and
of
what
things.
you've said is feminism looks at us, both of us having the same rights. That doesn't. No, it doesn't mean that. It means us having equal rights. Like we have it, like we recognize that you're vulnerable. Yes, that's why. Or you go through a lot of things. That's why you need an extra point, or you have that extra right. But feminism looks at equal rights that.
Equal rights that you have, that
equal rights might not be the same rights.
About what we were talking about yesterday, like if we have maybe applied for a job, they do not look at me as a woman, but they'll be like, Brenda has passed.
No.
Oh, Brenda qualifies for this job.
Because and I see it, and if you've applied for a job, you've seen it, that they usually say, man, we are equal. We can employ anyone. But women are strongly encouraged to apply, right? For like secretary jobs or whatever, all those things are there. But
managerial jobs, how about managerial jobs?
Even those ones, all of them. But what I mean is that same rights means that you don't need to put that kind of thing. Women are encouraged to apply. No, if you're looking at having same rights, then let us all go in, right? And compete at the same level. If that's the case, then it means that we have underlooked very many factors that you girls and women have gone through, because for us we are not as vulnerable. For us we have more time. We don't go through early pregnancies, early marriages, all those things.
Child marriage.
Yes. So equal rights means that even though you've gone through all those challenges, we are going to strongly consider the woman, not the guy. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So we don't have the same rights. Definitely not.
Equal rights.
But we have equal rights. It's not the same, but it's equal. Yeah. Carry on fairly. Yeah. But the socio-economic, for me, understanding feminism is, and for me, I want to consider myself a feminist because I believe that you guys need to have the same particular opportunities I have, but also have the equal
rights like
equal rights,
you guys have.
Yes.
So Byron, how are you seeing the feminism or
equality,
or how people, like the other time, an example of Stella Nyazi came up, and we know that he's a feminist. How do you see, how do they advocate for women? Is it in the right way, or are you seeing there are still clutches that are really need to be?
I support the movement of feminism, but I think that if you're looking at and political, we can't then. There is. I don't know if you understand. You can't say that you want to be equal to me, but you're undermining me. So it means that you're working in reverse. It's like that famous saying of two wrongs don't make a right. You can't say because there is that trick question they used to ask us in Sunday school.
Which
I think it was concerning sin. It was a long time ago. That either would you rather kill someone? The point is, Brenda, that I think the method, the how you're using it, it's a good movement. I support it. Please, as much as possible, advocate for your rights as much as you can. In fact, I add my voice on it and say, equality is key. If I'm going to apply for a job or if I'm going to do anything, why don't we consider the women? So please consider them. But I think the way you people are looking at it, advocating for it,
but I think
is wrong.
Why maybe they come up with all the solutions and they start abusing, saying that all men are trash. They come up with poems that, of which I'm not going to say. They talk about the poem they use because it's really vulgar. And
this Dr. Stella, right?
Dr. Stella, that the poem she came up with that time when they said there's no pads in schools. What? So why would we say that we are feminists? Yeah, there's still things that are really lacking in schools.
Very much.
Yeah. So I really want to think that maybe they advocate for them and they speak nicely. Maybe they're right, but they never come up with solutions. So the only way maybe they think that the government will hear them out is maybe when they come and do everything they have to do.
No, but has it helped?
It didn't help because
exactly. So it means that there is.
They really hard even to.
I have no problem with the movement. I have a problem with the way you're executing it, because the people. We need each other. You need the men. The men also need you. For you to achieve this feminism, the right to equal rights, or the right for you to achieve equality in political, social, and economic space. We need each other. You need us, because we are the one, apparently, or what you say is, we are the ones that are putting you down, the men. But you see, for us to then change our mindsets, because it will keep on happening. Employers will keep on asking for sex before they give you a job, right? Like, they won't be a particular, if we continue abusing the men, if we continue antagonizing them, remember, you need the ladies need to work almost twice as hard to change our minds, so that in our heads we understand what feminism is and embrace it. But if you keep on abusing us, even us will be like, okay, then we'll keep on doing the same thing.
You see, Byron, why it's done like that? Because we do not know. Because when we do it in the right way.
No, you've never done it in the right way.
Women have really written, like Rosebell Kabulire, the editor of African Feminism, has a website, but she usually talks about all these things, that we do not want a political change, but we want a social change in this era. But there is nothing has been done. There have been abusers online.
Yes, those are very few.
Has been
now, recently on Twitter there was a Twitter war. And Ukraine and Russia are having actual war. When we are having virtual wars, you don't have to leave your house. Anyway. There have always been wars on Twitter concerning this topic, feminism, over what. Then ladies really come out and bash, really bash, call out particular men who are like, you man, you
in Twitter space or
randomly on Twitter, either you raped me or you did all these things, which I think is it doesn't help. So when you expose a rapist, right? When you expose a rapist, it's a good thing. We now know. But then what? Has he been arrested? Has he been because he's still on the street. Sure. So you exposing a particular rapist online, it doesn't do anything. How about?
You see, Byron, why do I come?
On top of that, you go out and report him.
Because we have reported and nothing has been done. Yeah, yesterday I was seeing a story. Was it in Sironko, that side where girls are raped? And on top of that, if they are raped and these men with the culprits are taken to jail, there's nothing that is done to them. Yeah, you see why? I come online to yarn and rant because there is nothing that has been done. I've reported, and these culprits maybe just go there in 1 month and they pay their money and they are gotten out. That's why I come up and rant online, because I know that
I understand
with ranting online, there's someone who's going to help me out. Who is going to hear me. Yeah, people have been helped online.
I hope they are. But also, I think even as we really try to conclude this topic, I want to look at it from not from the ladies, because I know I will never win that argument ever. But I want to look at it from the guy's point of view. If you know you're a man, and I said it yesterday, of how you need to take care of the people, but also if you know you're a man, as a man, God has given us one of our roles as men is to protect, right? As a man, I think for you to be the biggest feminist, if I could call it, is to protect these. These are our ladies, these are our women. We love them. We need to protect them as much as we can, and also advocate for them. Sure. Sometimes they don't know how to speak for themselves. Other times, even though they speak for themselves, we are hesitant to hear them. We are very rigid, right? How about we take off time, listen to them, and let's not give them hard time. For those employers who are stupid enough to ask for things in return before they give you a job,
which they still do even up to now.
Yes, please. And there are some backward thinkers who are, sadly, I don't mind if a guy in Soronko who has never gone to school thinks like that, but if you're an educated human being man, and you still think in the terms of no, women, they are below us, they shouldn't get equal rights, they need to do all these things, then we need to have a serious conversation about mind shift change.
Yeah.
And I think the way for us to understand feminism, even as we are still, this is the month of women, we'll be really focusing on you a lot. We know that you like the attention, don't you?
Of course, we like the attention.
You like the attention.
We
So
like
we
to
want
be heard.
Yes, so one of the topics we're talking about today is it's feminism, understanding it. There have been Twitter wars, people have been abused. There is a time
Because we've not been heard. I remember, Baron, let me give you a story. Remember when I was contesting for head prefect at school, the teacher, let me tell you, even the land still don't understand the feminism.
Even the what?
The land. Yeah, the land. People who are in the business sector, who have gone to school, still don't understand. They still think that women have to be back and the men have to lead them. I remember when I had contested for a head prefect, and there was some teacher who called me. There were two male teachers. They called me and they're like, Brenda, leave this serious business to men. I was like,
all you need to do, you just chill, relax.
Just chill, relax, and let them lead you. And I was like, because I knew that I wasn't going to go through, because really that school is known to be headed by the male. I was like, okay, because of that, let me do it until the end, and prove them wrong.
One of the things that I recognize also about this topic, because it's actually very close to my heart, was there was a time I had some money on me, and it was late. There was no way I could go to the bank, and I had some good money on me, and I was walking through dangerous streets in Kampala, somewhere in Katwe there, and I was like, man, I've never had something on me that everyone wants. It was a daunting feeling. I had this thing of
everyone was all eyes on you.
No, not really all eyes on me, but you know when you have that sort of money on you and you're thinking, there's that feeling of, man, if people knew how much I had here, my life would end now.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking that, oh my God, this is how I think women be every single day, because one, there are all these types of guys who are rapists. There are all these people who have
online
a lot
abusers,
of things. Yes, they're like hungry vultures ready to devour. And I'm like, man, this is what I think women go through every day. That constant fear. And even as I conclude, I think these so-called feminists that are on Twitter making noise would do me well, right? If they left that phone, put that phone down, go to Sironko, right? You mentioned the story in Sironko.
Yeah.
Get your so-called other educated friends and get your minds together, go to Sironko and help that woman down there. It would make much more sense than you going online, right? and blasting and just doing nothing. For me, I think online, yes, online, it's something, but it doesn't beat you, the woman, not only talking about it on Twitter, but actually going down to the roots, down in Kampala, down to the young girl who is being abused in school, down to the employee who is being harassed at work, and saying, I am here for you, how can I help? I have connections to lawyers who we can sue your employer, we can take these people to court, we can arrest these guys. So using our collective effort, and that is where I think women, you need to come together as well. It's not time for you guys now to be separated.
And abusing men.
And abusing men, and also abusing each other.
Let's focus on what is going to be. You know, anyway. It becomes a constant war between, if you're a feminist, why not every woman is coming up to be a feminist? Is because it's a constant war between you and society.
Exactly, because society will always be that. Society, there is that woman in Sironko who will always look at women less than him. So I think even as we conclude, let's all be feminists. For me, I advocate for everyone to be a feminist, believing and advocating. Not only believing, it's okay for you to believe and say, no, I think Byron is okay. It's also another one to say, now let me go and visit Byron and actually find out if he's okay.
I'm not watching in Kamori.
Yes.
Let's all be feminists.
Let us all be feminists. And look out for the women in our lives. Look out for the women around. I sit with guys in taxis and conductors are harassing women and big guys are keeping quiet. Me, the young boy, I'm the one telling the conductor, you man, stop talking to her like that. Why are you talking to her like that?
And even women keep quiet.
Would you talk to your mother like that or your sister? And he says, no, so why are you talking to this woman like this? So let's all just advocate for women, both men and women.
Correct.
Yeah, me, I'm done. Brenda, over to you. You conclude.
And I'm also done.
All right, there you go. But that is all we had. The conversation continues on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Understanding feminism. Are you a feminist? Do you believe in the equal rights and opportunities for women, both socially, economically, and also politically? And what are you doing about it? We want to hear your thoughts. Follow us on our social media platforms and tell us on there. We need to go for a break, but when we come back, we'll be coming back with more here on Morning Glory.
Mirinda.
Grab yourself an ice cold bottle of Mirinda Orange at any shop or supermarket near you. Mirinda Orange, the taste that makes you go OMG.
Welcome to Coffee Production Tips, brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Uganda Coffee Development Authority is the government agency mandated to promote and oversee the coffee industry as a whole by developing research, facilitating coffee production and productivity, by training farmers on good agricultural practices, controlling the quality and improving the marketing of coffee for the benefit of stakeholders, planting coffee seedlings, mulching, training coffee seedlings, and stamping coffee. Farmers are encouraged to adopt good agricultural practices to get high yields, good prices, and better income from coffee. These tips are brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority.
Do you have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
As you think about the Lord just taking over your case and you're no longer in the midst of it, and he says, fear not.
Demons from the mountains, scream and leave. In the name of Demons from the graves, scream and leave in the name of Jesus.
Water gives life. Water is life. But not all water is created equal. Refresh yourself with the new quality Nirvana packaged drinking water and fuel you and your passion to go further in life. Visit a shop near you and grab a 250 ml at 400 shillings, 500 ml at 500 shillings, 1.5 liters at 1,500 shillings, or a 20-liter jumbo bottle at 18,000 shillings only. Nirvana is a product of Crown Beverage Limited, the makers of Pepsi products.
Brethren, yes we can. We can clear the debt of church house, and I want to invite you to give generously to the love gift. May God bless you as you give.
Pulogulaamu ensonga tukuletera okumanya biki ebigenda maaso mu ggwanga. Okumanya ebyenjigiriza n'ebyenkulaakulana ekyo nikyo kikulu. Twegatteko wano ku Church of Uganda Family TV buli wa mukaaga essaawa 11 ez'akawungeezi.
family. He must have a maid because at our home we do not work.
Conductor Masao.
What? Obadde olobye ku ssimu?
Yamunange, anti your TV enkolera.
Enjoy a new world of entertainment with over 80 TV and radio channels, plus movies from wherever you are. Download the Yo TV Channels app from your app store and enjoy 30 days of free streaming with MTN.
Yo TV Channels, the power is in your hands.
Welcome back from 2 grueling years of lockdown. It has not been easy, but God has given us the strength to make it through. We have stood together as one family, and as a family we have shown how strong and resilient we are. Now at Church of Uganda Family TV, we pledge to strengthen your family by giving you the best in family-friendly content that you and your family can enjoy together.
Our focus is to keep you inspired, educated, and entertained with quality programming that encourages the moral, social, and economic development of you and your family.
We also make sure that we keep you informed on current issues and information on topical issues. We bring you up to date with matters that God has planted close to your heart.
It's a new year, a new dawn, it's a new day. Let's stand together. So join us as we grow together as a family.
Water gives life. Water is life. But not all water is created equal. Refresh yourself with the new quality Nirvana packaged drinking water and fuel you and your passion to go further in life. Visit a shop near you and grab a 250 ml at 400 shillings, 500 ml at 500 shillings, 1.5 liters at 1,500 shillings, or a 20-liter jumbo bottle at 18,000 shillings only. Nirvana is a product of Crown Beverage Limited, the makers of Pepsi products.
Okimanyi nti biti olimba lw'omuna Uganda ekusitula mu katebe w'otudde.
Hey, 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 Yahweh, Yesu mulungi, teri amwekana.
Obadde omanyi amawanga ag'enjawulo engeri gye gakikolamu nga gasinza Katonda.
Fire on them, redemption time is today.
Ye abaffe, obadde omanyi ennyimba eza hymns zatandika zitya n'abaani abaaziyiiya? Naza n'omusaayi gwo ogusinga byonna. Eno ye Home Beats buli lwa mukaaga ssaawa 10 paka ssaawa 11 ez'akawungeezi wano ku mayengo ga Church of Uganda Family TV. Nange Billy Brands of Uganda. Home Beats. Enjoy your regional gospel music.
Batandekerera anunganya era mpanirira ewe mpita mu kiwonvu ekyokufa sirina kyentya ndi mumalirivu oli musumba tandekerera anunganya era mpanirira ewe mpita mu kiwonvu ekyokufa sirina kyentya ndi mumalirivu. lwamanyi yegwe angabirira
Ndindiga etayawula muddo lusindya buli naye kisa kyera nekinkuma ng'akaweewa kanuusa obugere wakati mu mpologoma naye kisa kyera nekinkuma waliwo ekisa ekinondoola kyenewunya okuva obutwa bwange mukama omukono gw'ongulabye ekisa ekinondoola ekitanganyera kugwa ekisa ekyo kyenekola kintuseeka waliwo ekisa ekinondoola kyenewunya okuva obutwa bwange mukama omukono gw'ongulabye ekisa ekinondoola ekitanganyera kugwa ekisa ekyo kyenekola kintuseeka nali muzibe ng'ebyensi ey'omwoyo sibimanyi